There's nothing quite like bike camping, and this year the bike camping season seems to have started just that little bit earlier. I was thumbing through the various pages of Facebook the other day with envious eyes, looking at posts and photographs of people out with the bikes, enjoying the great outdoors, camping in various parts of the world. And before long I found myself taking stock of all my camping gear. Now, I already have quite a collection of camping stoves, but like socks and motorbikes and petrol caps, you can never have enough of them. And I soon found myself on Amazon looking at what was on offer. A camping stove is one of those essential items that you absolutely cannot do without when you're camping. Well, I know some people do without them and just eat out while they're away, but that's not proper camping to me. And there are certain names of manufacturers that spring to mind whenever you think of a camping stove. Now, for me, Lixada isn't one of them. I've been aware of the make for about 5 years and just assumed it was one of those rubbish generic brands that are sort of here today and gone tomorrow, but season after season they've kept appearing on Amazon, and if the reviews are to be believed, they're actually pretty good. Now, we've all used the stoves that mount on top of a gas canister. In fact, to me, when you say camping stove, that's immediately what springs to mind, but they have one or two issues. True, generally speaking, they're very small, they're very light, and they pack away very easily, ideal for camping. But perched on top of the gas canister, they tend to be quite unstable. The whole assembly becomes too tall, and unless you've got a dead level surface to put it on, they can be problematic. Expedition stoves, however, or what I always think of as an expedition stove, connect to the canister remotely via some sort of hose, and they sit on their own 2 feet, or in most cases 3 feet, being lower to the ground and usually a fair bit larger than your standard camping stove. They tend to be far more stable. Generally, they'll also take larger pots and pans, so they're more suitable for groups of people rather than just a single camper. But until recently, they've also been very expensive. This is the Lixada Serrate camping stove. It's not one of those tiny camping stoves that can be packed up into a matchbox. Folded up, it packs into its own little plastic carrying case, which is just a bit bigger than a Rubik's Cube. It connects to the gas canister via a remote stainless steel braided hose. And as far as I can tell, it's almost entirely constructed from stainless steel, anodized aluminium and brass. It has a standard screw type connector that easily connects up to your standard screw type canisters, the type that I think is the most commonly available and usually among the cheapest. And it also has its own piezo igniter, so there's no need for matches. Its name, Serrate, I think comes from the design of the sort of teeth on the pan support, which have a sort of serrated or sawtooth-like design. And it does seem to be very sturdily built. All the parts that are exposed to high heat are the stainless steel parts, and rather than having a fan type burner, it has a jet, or as I like to call them, rocket type burner, with an intense blow lamp type flame that Elon Musk would be proud of. In fact, Lixada rate this stove at a maximum output of 3,500 watts, which is top-end camp stove performance. The control valve is situated on top of the connector that attaches to the gas canister, and it allows a very fine control from simmer right up to a full boil. The burner is protected to some extent by a stainless steel fire bowl, which also acts as a windshield, and both the design of the burner and the pan supports means that it can be used with anything from a very small cup-like pan right up to a large frying pan. So it's going to be able to cater for just about any eventuality. Now, I'm not going to do one of those silly boil tests, because how long a stove takes to boil a litre of water or half a litre of water or whatever is so dependent on a whole host of variable factors that really it's just not relevant in real life. Besides which, there's more to camp cooking than just boiling water. But suffice to say, if that's all you are doing, this stove will produce a rolling boil in double quick time under most conditions. At well under £20, there was a time when I would never have considered a stove at this price point. But like so many other things today, high quality is becoming available at a very low price. And although I wouldn't describe this as being the Rolls Royce of camp stoves, the low price of this stove is not reflected in the high quality of its manufacture. True, the Achilles heel of these cheaper stoves tends to be the piezo igniter, but there are only one or two reports via the reviews on Amazon saying that the piezo igniter did fail. However, the manufacturer does seem to have a very good reputation for replacing items quickly without any fuss. And at the end of the day, I've had piezo igniters on high-end stoves fail fairly quickly, so that problem isn't limited to this particular stove. This is a low-cost piece of camping equipment that is well worth consideration in my opinion. And I will leave a link for the stove and a suitable gas canister in the video description down below. Once again, thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video and found it useful. If you have, please leave a like and hit that subscribe button. I'm back on Friday, so until then, ride safely and I'll see you soon.